everybody. I spent a lot of time on my hair and makeup today, so I hope that you guys appreciate it. That's so sarcastic. How are you, my friends? Those of you out there working hard and those of you out there hardly working. Um, Definitely some interesting times. So today, with that being said, looking at your quiz grades, they're kind of all over the board. So I just thought that I would go over your quiz with you and the ones that were most missed and the answers and things like that. There were a couple of mistakes. Ooh, shocker, Miss Berry made a mistake. And those have been fixed. And before I put them into student view, I will fix your grades so that you will know what you really made. So let's take a look at the quiz. So number one, there was, a lot of you missed this one night. What is the responsibility of the judicial branch? The correct answer is B, to interpret the laws. A lot of you guys put C, enforce. So remember, the executive branch enforces the laws, the legislative branch creates the laws, and judicial branch interprets the laws. Question number two, how are judges elected? The correct answer was C. C. They're both appointed or elected. So remember, most of them are elected, some in a nonpartisan and some in partisan elections. And then there are also judges that are appointed for specific courts, including the juvenile court. Number three, what is the term of a trial court judge? The correct answer is B, 4 years. A lot of you guys put 6 for C, and that is for Supreme Court justices. Number 12, so y'all did pretty good with the definitions and the different courts and what they handled. So we'll skip down to 12. This is the one that messed you guys up. So I think it was the confusion again over state versus magistrate, and number 12 was handles cases and minor offenses, traffic violations, search warrants. Smaller courts may not have it. So this was your key thing to remember, was those traffic courts, because we've talked about the fact that state courts, when you have one, deal with the traffic violations, and the idea that not every county has a state court, but every county does have a magistrate. So number 12 was D, state court. Number 14 says, here's civil cases under 15, misdemeanors, issue warrants, has no jury trials. If you watch the videos in the last reviews, we discussed the fact that magistrate has no jury. So the correct answer for that would have been C. Number 15, the question was, which statement shows how a juvenile justice department differs from the adult justice? When there was like 18 of you who had took it before I fixed it, there wasn't a correct answer on there. I had to go in and fix it. So the correct answer should have been B. They have to have a hearing within 48 hours because remember, juveniles are minors and you're responsible for them when you're in your care. So the idea is to get them processed as fast as possible to return them back to their homes. So a mandatory hearing within 48 hours of being detained. Number 16, which is not the right of a juvenile, the correct answer was C, not to be questioned without attorney present. They're not supposed to be questioned without a parent or a guardian present, but it's not the same as with an adult. An adult has to have an attorney present if requested. A juvenile does not have to have that. Number 17, if you are a 14-year-old apprehended by the police at night while possessing alcohol and tobacco, you are creating a unruly act. The correct answer should have been B. Again, you guys, some of you guys put delinquent, but remember, possession of alcohol and tobacco as an adult would not be a crime. It's only a crime if it's being committed as a juvenile. That makes it unruly. Number 18, this one was one that was marked wrong on the thing, so I had to go back and give you points for it. As an adult, once an adult has been arrested for a crime, what is the next step in the pre-trial process? So once they have been arrested, the next thing that happens is that they are booked. it was marked wrong on there as grand jury indictment, and that doesn't even make sense. So once you are arrested, you are then booked, and by booked, you get your mug shots and your fingerprints, etc. Number 19, what kind of jury hears a case before it goes to court? So remember in one of the videos where I did a little Venn diagram about a jury and a grand jury, some of you guys didn't watch it, but that's okay. A jury decides guilt or innocence, and a grand jury decides if there is enough information to give an indictment or a formal charge to someone who is being accused. This one was a little tricky. Once a trial begins, what is the first step for attorneys? Once the trial begins. If you go back and you look at your notes, once a trial begins, the first step for the attorneys is to select a jury. So the actual attorneys assist with the jury selection process. They take turns. Depending on the case, they have certain demographics that they may be looking for the correct jury members that will help them to help see their side of the case. Like, so for example, if it was a case that dealt with children, they might want women or educators who would be sensitive to kids. So it basically, the actual attorneys get to have a part in the jury selection process, and that is also considered part of the trial process. Once the jury has been selected, then they go through and they do the opening statements. So I know you guys are probably struggling with motivation and how to keep yourselves going, and I get it. I do. I understand. But I want you to try to keep learning. We're almost done with government. We only have, like, I don't know, what, 10 days of instruction left, so we got this. We can do it. I'm still going to keep teaching and posting things for you to do. I understand that city and county governments is a horribly boring standard, and we're going to go through it kind of quickly and make it as painless as possible. So I hope you guys are doing well. I'm sure I'll do another video before this week is over, but for now, I'm going to do my shout outs. So, period 1, I wonder if Charlie ever made it home from camping with Turner. That could have been dangerous. Period number 2, I wonder if Sarah is still practicing dancing and doing some dance moves while she's off. For period number 3, do you think that Marky and Mackenzie FaceTime each other so they could eat lunch together still? I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cute if they did. Do you think, for period number 6, is Ryan Caraway still doing like singing, dancing, art? Like, what kind of creative stuff has Ryan done while he's been during quarantine? And for period number 7, I wonder the same about Michelle. I wonder if she's doing some sort of crazy drawing. Is she doing some creative writing? I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool for everyone to do quarantine projects and show or display like a quarantine museum display of all of the things you guys have done while you've been on quarantine. And some of you guys may not have done anything, or you might have won a record for your gaming. So anyway, I hope you're well. I will talk to you later this week. You know how to find me if you need me.